Is that correct? And why would you pick his one state to send that letter to?
It is correct that I did send a letter to the governor. The money from our economic recovery portion is going to the states. It's not going through Congress. It goes to state DOTs.
So why did you pick his state? And why wouldn't you send that to all the states, saying that one senator doesn't want this spent, so we're going to ask all the senators? Was this just done because you were trying to make some political hay out of the situation? Why would you just pick one state?
Well, because Senator Kyl, who's a friend of mine, was on national television on a Sunday talking show saying that he thought that the money didn't need to be spent. If they couldn't spend the money, then maybe we should send the money back to Washington. I just wanted to double check with the person who was in charge of the money. Well, Senator Kyl is not in charge of the money, Congressman. The governor is. And I wanted to be sure that the governor was not in the same line of thinking as Senator Kyl. And the reason I did it was...
Well, let me ask you a question.
No, let me finish. I'm going to answer your question.
It's my time, Secretary.
Well, it's your time. Do you want me to answer your question or not?
I will ask the questions and I'll look for your answer.
I haven't answered the one yet.
Well, why did you just do... Did he say that he did not want the money going to his state?
He did. That's exactly... If you go back and look at the transcript of that program, what he said is that we should send this money back. It's not being spent. And I wanted to check with the person who's responsible for spending the money, the governor. That's why I sent the letter. And so he only wanted it just sent from his state and not from any other state. He was talking about Arizona. And when he was saying that the money is being used ineffectively. He's not talking about the entire, regardless of whether he's talking about his state or all the states. Is it appropriate for a cabinet secretary to contact the governor of that state to request whether the money should come back? Could you see, if you were sitting on the other side, if you were still wearing your hat as a congressman or senator, that you could see that as a veiled threat from the administration? Would you have considered that if you were still a member of Congress? Not at all. You wouldn't think that? Not at all. Should I have any concerns that I even raised this, that I would get a letter sent to Governor Corzine of New Jersey saying, well, the congressman voted against the stimulus, and so therefore we're wondering whether you want to receive the money? Congressman, the letter was not sent because of anybody's vote. It was sent because of a statement that was made on national television about maybe we should send the money back. And I wanted to check with the elected official in the state that has responsibility. It had nothing to do with anybody's vote. Well, and by the way, I have worked very closely with Governor Corzine, and as a result, your state, Congressman, has received millions of dollars for projects that are putting people to work who are working today that were on unemployment in January or February. Your governor has been a real leader in this, by the way. And so if I make a statement that there is legislation out there right now that suggests that the rest of the money that has not already been spent should go back to Treasury. So if I go out publicly and support that legislation, I won't vote, would that lead, or anybody else who supports that type of legislation, make public statements, would that lead anyone from the cabinet office? Congressman, we don't base our decisions on how people vote. How about you do base them by public statements, apparently, though? I wanted to make sure Arizona wanted the money. The next day, we allocated over $20 billion for their, or $20 million for their. Did anyone else in the administration encourage you to write a letter? I don't need any encouragement to write letters to governors, Congressman. Did anyone inside or outside the administration to contact you or to encourage you to write that letter? I don't need any encouragement from anybody to write letters, Congressman. My job is to work with governors. Can you just answer that question? Did anyone else inside or outside the administration encourage you to write that letter? Congressman, my responsibility is to work with governors. I'm going to answer it. It's a yes or no. Did anyone in or outside the administration encourage you to write that letter? I don't need any encouragement. Can you answer the question, whether you need the encouragement or not? I don't need any encouragement. That's my answer. Mr. Chairman, would the witness please answer the question, did anyone inside or outside the administration encourage you to write that letter? Whether you need the encouragement or not, did anyone encourage you to write that letter? No. Did anybody talk to you about writing that letter? No. It was all entirely your decision. Congressman, you want me to answer or you want to go on? My answer is we work with governors all the time. That's our job. They're responsible. And so we wanted to contact the governor of Arizona because of what the senior senator or the junior senator from Arizona had said on television.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Mrs.